Oh, would you look at that? Everything is coming up Ubisoft. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Skull and Bones Year 2 is real. Yeah, me neither. And it's live now. Hey guys, you can go ahead and check out Skull and Bones Year 2. I'm sure it's just absolutely blown up the charts right now. Oh shit. Well, okay, right. That's not important. Okay, you should get hyped for all of the stuff that they have in here, okay? Yeah, because Skull and Bones is still floating. People are still playing it. Yes, the rumored second year of content is now officially underway. New features in Skull and Bones Year 2 Season 1 include Item Ascension, which enables players to upgrade their gear with base damage boosts and unique modifiers, as well as the addition of a new world tier and a bunch of shit I don't fucking care about. That's gonna be great, okay? But hey, Ubisoft is doing so good that they're also getting sued right now and insisting in a lawsuit that we don't own the games that we buy. You remember how they were talking and kicking off their big and transcendent year of 2024? Gamers need to get used to not owning all their games, and yeah, they're gonna go ahead and die on that hill. Well, guess what, bros? Y'all are dead. And so let us get an update, because we can't get it from Ubisoft or from the Assassin's Creed account. Okay, last time we checked, there were 3 million players, and that's where that number stood. Haven't got any sales figures, but we've got some approximations out here, okay? Because we got some trust us bro sources, and we got some actual numbers that are out there, okay? And according to the Act Ma'am, this piece of shit that threw Mahler under the bus just so he could try to look like less of a bitch when he was on the business end of Az's rage regarding Starfield. Yo, this guy's a total fucking clown. It's a tragic day for all Assassin's Creed Shadows haters, because according to Matt Piscatella over on fucking Blue Sky of all places, which, yeah, Matt Piscatella, he normally puts together a lot of the sales charts that I was using for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and I think Dragon Age Veilguard. Like, we use them. He's a pretty decent source when it comes to this stuff, but this time around, he's kind of light on the details. But here's a fun one. Assassin's Creed Shadows has been the best-selling video game in the United States for each of its first 3 weeks in market, according to Circana's. Yeah, okay, Circana, right? That's the tracking firm that he runs or aggregates for. Retail tracking service. Dollar sales, latest data through April 5th. Okay, currently ranks number 2 year to date, trailing only Monster Hunter Wilds. Okay, and that's it's kind of a big gap, my guy, because you got Monster Hunter Wilds, which we'll go ahead and make some comparisons, okay, between that and Shadows. And well, as is pointed out by Jay Viper here, it's hundreds of millions of dollars in the red, and Ubisoft just jettisoned the IP to a lifeboat subsidiary. Yeah, Tencent is essentially Ubisoft at this point in time. It had to create, yeah, really a tough day, because, yeah, Act Ma'am over here, like this fucking dork, okay? Somebody just simply puts, yeah, an article that we read through previously, Assassin's Creed Shadows isn't the hit Ubisoft desperately needs. Yeah, because it has 3 million players. How many sales does it have? Well, it's the second best-selling game. It's like, oh no, second best-selling game by volume, or we'll get into it. But yeah, his response to this biting critique, it's interesting to see a different analyst reports, especially on when they seem conflicting. Perhaps the game is selling well in the United States, but less so elsewhere. Now I'm quite curious about the actual sales figures. What a bitch. He's just, this right here, this is grifter behavior. I don't mind calling it out and calling people grifters when it's appropriate. You want to go ahead and take a divisive stance that'll get you, yeah, 1.2 million views on this. Hopefully you cashed out on that, you fucking hack. And then you want to take a more enlightened, centrist approach when you're just greeted with actual facts instead of, oh yeah, look at that, Shadows is the second best-selling game. Oh, okay, cool. But then when you start to dig into the data, Ackman's post is disingenuous and misleading. AC Shadows did not do well in Tencent now's own CIP. Yeah, because when they bought 25% of a brand new subsidiary that Ubisoft just created, all due to, Tencent's big $1.3 billion investment, they got 3 IPs. They got Far Cry, they got Rainbow Six, and they got Assassin's Creed. All right, and what's the rest of Ubisoft working on? The other 75% of the company? Well, massive restructuring and figuring out where the fuck they're going to be living moving forward. So yeah, no, definitely. Assassin's Creed Shadows only sold 4.7% of what Monster Hunter Wilds did. Fuck. And a very distant second place. Monster Hunter Wilds is 21 times, not 21%, 21 times bigger. That's a failure for a rumored $500 million game. Yup, but, well, we can go ahead and we can just read the rest of Grum's summation. We can just go into the numbers, because I'm a numbers guy. I like to get my stats in figures straight from the horse's mouth instead of out of the horse's ass. So let's take a look. Assassin's Creed Shadows debuts at number 2 on the revenue charts for March of 2025. A significant part of the game's revenue came from PC sales, following its day 1 launch on Steam. Hey, wait a minute. I thought 27%, according to Mark Alexis Cote. I'm just pulling that number off the top of my head. It was somewhere in the 20, okay, from that leaked rumor, or for the leaked memo that came around. It is just, don't mind the lowered Steam numbers, okay? Don't mind the 64,000 peak concurrent players that it has never even flirted with getting close to again. And comparing that with Monster Hunter Wilds, which, yeah, peaked at just about 1.4 million concurrent players just on Steam, but a significant part of the game's revenue came from PC and its day 1 launch on Steam, and we know that thing is a disaster on PC? Huh, right. Where's the cope now? Assassin's Creed Shadows debuted in second place on Newzoo's overall revenue chart for March, following its release during the second half of the last month. According to the data firm, a significant part of the game's total revenue came from Steam. Oh, okay, so cool. We're not even just going PC. A significant part of the game's total revenue came from Steam. Fucking flop. No other way to put it. 64,000 concurrent players. Maybe a lot of people bought it at its exorbitant prices, $80, $90, $130, $150. Because, right, you could only buy the game. You couldn't sign up for Ubisoft Connect over there. You had to buy the bitch, and nobody was playing it over on Steam. Okay, cool. What was all that cope where you got the console players that are just more accustomed to playing it over on, their chosen plastic box? Didn't end up bearing out, now did it? Okay. Assassin's Creed Shadows was the first Ubisoft game to launch at day 1 on Steam since 2019. At the time, Ubisoft said the decision to stop releasing titles on Steam was due to the platform's unrealistic business model. That doesn't reflect the world is today in terms of game distribution. Yeah, so they decided to sign up with, Epic Game Store, and, well, how well did that work out for you? And now you're back on Steam. There were 6 new titles in the top 10 revenue charts from March, including MLB The Show, 25 at 4, Split Fiction at 6. That was a hugely popular game, and I think people are still trudging through that at this point in time. But yeah, it was huge. It dwarfed Shadows for sure, but it was also significantly cheaper than Shadows as well. And in WWE 2K25, I've heard nothing about that game. Semiworks Studios online co-op repo skyrocketed from 165th place to 11th place, and that one was, oh god, what is that, $10? Like, it's cheap as chips, and people are still memeing through that. Newzoo attributed the jump in its low price point and positive reviews. The title jumped even further in player engagement charts from 336 to 12. Huh, okay, so yeah, you can correlate sales numbers with player counts, and that's totally checking out. A prime example of the potential fun gameplay loop, innovative approach to a genre, and solid execution. The fact that Repo broke 10 million active users in March is a testament to the quality of hype of the experience. 10 million players gets to 11th on the sales charts. Now imagine if it was full price, and they're touting 10 million players. Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed is only touting 3. Rounding out the top 20 for the new releases is Krafton's Inzoi. Okay, yeah, that's that Sims killer. Okay, looking at the rest of the stuff without any, raw numbers, but you got Monster Hunter Wilds still in the top 5. Okay, checking in right there. Down from 3, but still, ahead of a lot of releases that's out there. And then you got, Call of Duty, okay. 2 sports games, and Fortnite still at the top, because that's legitimately a money printer. But Schedule 1, that's another huge game that people are still playing, but that's a complete indie game experience. And just because baseball season is kicking off, it's like, no, all of that stuff makes sense. But yeah, I guess you can go ahead and just relish. You go ahead, guys. Okay, yeah, bad day, terrible day, tragic day for Assassin's Creed Shadows haters, but considering a significant portion of the sales and a significant number of the financials came from PC sales, and that's the best that you can do. Assassin's Creed Shadows is a verified flop. Ackman is a hack. The sun rises in the east, sets in the west, grass is green, and Tencent is going to own the rest of Ubisoft by the end of this year. But hey, Shadows is a huge success. Don't run the numbers for yourself, though. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.